Good
Um,
day.
Thank you so much for the co-creation of this moment and for being a symbol of my higher self and for being my passion.
It is our passion and our pleasure to do so. What would you like to discuss?
Um, I would like to discuss accessing my third eye. When I try, I often have headaches, and I often get visuals of very um, upsetting, traumatic scenes. And then
Such as,
um, often they're kind of rape scenes.
yes.
And so, for instance, one time I was trying to do a past life regression, and then I was led by somebody I know in my childhood home into a room, and then that scene started to play out, and then I screamed no, and I was taken out of the scene, um, and then I haven't been able to.
All right. Do you believe this is something that actually physically happened to you as a child?
No,
Then what is the idea that it symbolizes for you?
the only thing I can think of is some kind of powerlessness.
All right.
Um,
Why do you believe that you are powerless? Where did you learn the idea that you are powerless? And why do you hold on to that idea if that is the resistance that you are experiencing in your attempts to open up your third eye? What are you afraid might happen if you are successful in that?
I'm not sure. I
Well, let's explore that idea. Let us
okay.
say then you go through some kind of exercise or ritual and you are successful in opening up your third eye. What do you imagine is supposed to occur when you do that? What kind of abilities would you then have in your imagination?
In my imagination, I see my whole world opening up on all levels. I feel like
What does that mean? Can you give us a specific example physically of what that means?
physically. Um, oh, you mean in my day to day life?
In other words, you said your whole world would open up. What does that mean? What's an example of your world opening up? What would be happening that's different than what's happening now?
What would happen that is different than happening now is I feel that I would have a stronger sense of self and clarity.
A
Um,
stronger sense of self. What do you have a sense of yourself as now? As powerless, as you said? Powerless to do what? Powerless to follow your passions in life?
yes.
Why do you feel powerless to follow your passions? What are you afraid will happen if you do follow your passions?
Um, I have to admit, I'm actually afraid of being myself.
Because what do you think will happen if you are? What are you afraid will happen if you do?
The only thing I can think of, and it doesn't even completely make any sense to me, is I have this idea that I'm a bad person and that will come out and I have to keep it down.
All right, all right. I will tell you a secret, if I may. Yes?
Sure, sure.
A, you're not a bad person. And B, because you are concerned that you might be a bad person, proves that you're not a bad person, because bad people are never concerned that they might be bad. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you will always check yourself to make sure that you are staying on track in the vibration that you prefer to be in. You wouldn't even consider the idea if you were not a good person. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand?
Yes, that makes sense. And And
So there is really nothing to worry about, because you can always take the time to check to make sure that what you are putting out is the best possible energy with the best possible intention. So since you are constantly willing to check yourself to make sure you are not doing something negative, then you have the opportunity to realize that that check and balance system within your consciousness will prevent you from really doing something negative. And even if you mistake something and wind up doing something that might be considered negative, you will correct yourself. You will course correct as you go. And these are the lessons you will learn in life. And this is the process that you've agreed to go through to learn lessons and stay on course as to the true being that you are. Yes?
yes.
And that's okay. That's okay. There is no judgment in this except the judgment you heap upon yourself. You're not judged by all that is. You're going through experiences. You are aware that you're going through experiences where you might make some mistakes or do things you don't prefer to do. And you are willing to course correct yourself and learn the lessons that bring you back to center. Yes?
Yes.
Then don't worry about it. Just move forward, knowing that you have this course correction mechanism firmly planted in your consciousness, that you will always pay attention to what you're doing and that you will do your best. And that's all that you can do. Yes?
Yes.
Are you a little bit more relaxed about this?
Yes.
That's a hesitant yes.
I
Are you still not sure that you will course correct? Why are you so worried that you will be a bad person? Who taught you that you are a bad person?
Because of
Or at the very least, that you're not necessarily a good person. Who taught you this?
my mom.
All right.
She told me I wasn't.
Do you understand that that's her fear about herself and that she's just projecting it on you? Do you understand that?
Yeah, I feel guilty about the things I did as a child.
Such as?
Um, I wasn't always the nicest to my siblings,
All right.
and
And why do you feel guilty about it? Because you know it's not the vibration you prefer. Therefore, again, the guilt is simply an indication that you're checking yourself. You know that that's not the vibrational state that you prefer to be in. That's not the vibration that is true for you. But you have to let go of the guilt to learn the lesson that you've already learned. That's not your preferred vibration. Otherwise, you're just stuck in the vibration that you don't prefer because you keep choosing to feel guilty. So fine, that's not how you now wish to behave from this point forward. Let go of the fact that you need to keep feeling that guilt, because otherwise you won't move forward. You won't learn the lesson.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, that makes
All right.
sense.
I know it does. That's why I said it.
Thank you.
Does this help?
Will letting go of the guilt allow me more access to my third eye?
Of course. Do you think that guilt is part of the idea of opening up your third eye?
No.
All right. Then open the door and understand that, again, even if you make what you typically call a mistake, you now know you don't have to feel guilty about it because you're willing to learn the lesson that helps you bring yourself back into alignment. This is all karma is. Karma, in its original intention, is called action. And it means you just take the actions once you recognize you might be out of balance to bring yourself back into balance. That's it. That's all karma is that recognition that you're out of balance and a willingness to bring yourself back into balance. It's not about guilt. It's not about punishment. It's not about retribution or revenge or anything like that. It's not about self-judgment. It's about recognizing that you are learning things and that what you are learning is something you can apply in the way that you prefer to, so that you can move forward and not anchor yourself to the past. You've learned the lesson. Move on.
Okay. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome. Anything else? Or will that do?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Uh, do you have any suggestions on being more confident being oneself?
I just gave you all those suggestions.
Okay.
Because look at it this way as a paradox. You think you're not confident, but you're confident that you're not confident. So you're using your confidence to pretend you're not confident. It's not that you don't have confidence, it's that you're using your confidence in a negative way to pretend that you're not confident because you're very confident about the fact that you're not confident. See the
Oh,
paradox?
yes.
So it's not that you lack confidence, it's that you are confident that you lack confidence. So choose something else to be confident about.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Thank you. Yes?
Oh, can I ask one more question?
That was a question. I guess you need to ask another one then.
Um, in my dreams, I always dream of being in someone else's home. Is can you?
Yes.
Is there a way I can
You're
dream of being
not
in my
at
own home?
you're not at home in yourself yet. When
Okay.
you take to heart all the things we've just discussed, you will find yourself in your own home, metaphorically speaking.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Also, do you have any exercises or way of recognizing direct feeling of source?
No, don't worry about that right now. Just take to heart what we've already talked about. You'll find your way and you will have the experiences you need to have. Just relax.
Okay.
Don't be desperate and don't believe you're missing something. Just move forward in the way that we've discussed. All right? Everything will fall into place.
Thank you.
Relax. Enjoy. Good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Bashar. This is Christian from Germany. I have a question concerning polarity. In our 3D physical world, we have like polarity, we have darkness and we have the light. And for me, the ascension process is kind of escaping this duality, where eventually we will reach a point where we feel our connection to the all that is, and where we are safe, and where we are connected and can join in a realm where there's a lot of love and peace. Yet I know that you said that on every realm of existence there's polarity, so I am wondering how this fits together. So how is polarity expressed in the higher realms? So it's, if not by or through fear or through darkness, or so if we are increasing our vibration, our frequency, then on a high plane, how is polarity reflected then? So thank you.
First of all, it's not about escaping polarity. It's about utilizing it in a more positive way. As we just explained to another individual, the idea of limitation can be an expression of polarity, but it's not always necessarily negative. So we can impose limitations upon ourselves in a positive way in order for us to make discoveries, surprises, experience the unexpected. That, in a sense, is a utilization of polarity in a positive way. But you don't escape it. You simply make choices that don't allow you to express polarity in a negative way. So yes, it exists on every level, but can be used in very positive ways, as I just described.
Good day, Bashar.
Good day.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Our passion and our pleasure to do so. What would you like to talk about?
I would like to clear up a possible misinterpretation I have of something you said in a recent transmission.
All right, let's do that.
All right. I perceived you as saying that you would be perhaps the only or one of the only Sasani first contact specialists that would be vocally channeled in the future.
No, I'm simply saying that I only come through this channel. There are other Sasani beings that can be connected with for a variety of reasons, whether it's about connecting to a first contact specialist or not. But I'm simply saying I am a first contact specialist and this is the only channel I will come through.
Okay. So there
Does
could
that
be
clear
other
it up?
um pretty much. I thought you said something about in order to focus ourselves in a certain direction for contact, you would be the only first contact specialist being channeled. But
Through this channel.
okay. All right. Yeah, that clears it up now.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
I had an experience recently where I was letting go of a lot of resistance, and
Yes.
I experienced that the reality that I was in, it seemed to be contained within another reality as I let go of more and more resistance. My consciousness expanded, so my
Yes.
previous reality was within a new reality that had a lot more options.
Yes. But you are a new person in that reality. It wasn't even your reality that you've left. That's another version's reality.
So that was within the new person that I became.
You are a new person in a new reality. Yes. Billions of times per second.
Okay. And the previous person I was that contained within the new person?
You weren't that person. It's contained within the oversoul, but you as a person were not that person. That person is a different person.
Okay.
Person is a malleable, temporary projection of consciousness for a particular reality experience. If you change your vibration, you become a new person in a new reality. A different person in a different reality. That doesn't mean the other one doesn't exist, but that's its own reality and its own person that your consciousness is no longer looking through the eyes of, so to speak.
Okay. I wonder why it seemed like the old reality was within the new reality.
You can look at it that way if you want, but if that concept confuses you, then it might be better for you to just keep them as separate realities.
Oh, okay.
Everything is within everything because everything is here and now. But again, if that's a confusing concept, you don't have to look at it that way.
Okay. It wasn't really that confusing, but I like having both options.
All right. If that provides the clarity you seek, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's just about how you define things that work for you.
Okay.
Because everything is here and now.
So I was also thinking that if I even let go of even more and more resistance, that I would shift to the reality where there were ETs.
And you may be doing that, but there's no insistence on the timing.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really insisting, but I was just wondering if that's how it mechanically works. Is it just a matter of letting go of resistance?
It's a matter of letting go of resistance or anything that's simply not relevant for the true you. And that means that you've made an agreement. In particular, if you are interacting with us, it's more likely than not that you are part of the agreement of experiencing open contact with extraterrestrials in whatever time frame that's relevant for those who have agreed to experience that as a collective.
Okay. So it's not just about letting go of resistance. There's other things that you let go of.
After you have let go of all resistance, you can continue to let go of things that are simply no longer relevant, even if they're not resistance or negative. There may be more streamlining, but again, if you just follow the formula, your life will unfold automatically, and you will automatically, if you continue to examine your belief systems, let go of the things that are either the result of resistance or simply no longer relevant for you.
Okay. Will our definition of the idea of limitations change as we evolve?
Yes, to some degree. This is why when we created the book, The Masters of Limitation, we say you go from being the masters of limitation to being the masters of limitation, which means you can more consciously pick and choose how to create borders for yourself to focus yourself in particular reality experiences. Because limitation is not necessarily a negative thing. You're using limitation right now upon your greater consciousness to even have what you call a physical experience. So limitation can be used in many positive ways.
Yes, I'm realizing that. And I even realized that you use limitations a lot, right?
Absolutely. We limit ourselves, especially in these encounters, to make sure that we are not in any way, shape, or form violating the idea of giving you information that it is not appropriate to give you. So we impose certain limitations upon our consciousness so that whatever it is we, shall we say, are not supposed to tell you, we simply will not have access to. We may have access to it when we go back into our normal selves, our own reality, but for the purpose of these conversations, we will actually block information that it is not appropriate to share with you because it would intervene in your own choices and your agreements.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we use limitation to all of our advantages in that way.
You even find it, you have a different theme than we do, but you also find that it's exciting to work with limitations in a way through seeing us and helping us work with them.
Without certain kinds of limitations, there are no surprises.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Right? If you could peer through the wrappings and the box that contain your presence, you would automatically know and not have the thrill of opening it to find out what's inside. So limitations are used in a variety of ways to create discovery and excitement and surprise.
And we're evolving to find them more in that way instead of seeing them as negative. And
yes, limitation is not inherently negative. It depends on how you use it. It depends on what causes it.
Yeah, I've been seeing them more as invitations to be creative.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Because then you can, as you say, learn to think outside the box. If there is no box, you can't learn to think outside of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was wondering if our human body is capable of as much ecstasy as yours is.
Yes, in its own interpretation, in its own reality, in its own way. Yes, there is an equivalent. It may not be exactly the same as what we experience, but there is an equivalent.
It seems like it would be more challenging for us to reach that state of ecstasy, though.
If you say so.
Oh, it's not?
No.
I don't say that. Okay. It's interesting.
Does realizing that you can achieve it allow you to feel more ecstasy?
Yes.
There you go.
All right. I want to ask you about affirmations.
Permission slips, yes.
But, well, yes, they are permission slips, but everything is, right?
Exactly. So what are you going to ask about?
I was wondering if, I mean, you said that lucid dreaming can change our template level reality.
It can, if you use it that way, yes.
And I experienced what I think I was using affirmations to actually change my template level reality.
Affirmations alone will not necessarily do it if there is no lucidity in the process.
But if there is lucidity.
If there is lucidity, you don't need the affirmations.
Well, how do you change it then? If you're in a lucid state?
You simply know what the template is, what the blueprint is, and you know what changes you prefer to make in it that don't violate the theme that you chose to explore.
But don't you?
It's an exercise of your free will in a lucid state on a higher level, recognizing what is the theme you chose to explore and being creative about how you can change the way in which it is explored. That's what can change. If you are done with a theme, then yes, you can change the theme as well. And it's just a matter of seeing the blueprint and making the adjustments, which in lucid states, you would automatically know how to do. Okay. The realization of how to do it would come with the lucidity.
Okay, so it wouldn't just be through thought like affirmations are?
No. Okay. Affirmations can be a tool to get you into lucidity, but lucidity itself brings the knowledge of how to change the template in the ways that are appropriate. Could
one of the ways be through an affirmation?
As I just said, Affirmations can bring you possibly into a state of lucidity, but
Okay.
it's the lucid state itself that brings the awareness and knowledge of how to change the template in an appropriate way. The affirmations themselves don't do it. The affirmations can, if you believe in them, bring you into a state of lucidity. But lucidity is a different state than the affirmations themselves. And once you are lucid, you don't need the affirmations.
Hmm.
All
Okay.
right? All right.
I was in a state and I started to see all of my a lot of my negative beliefs,
All right.
and
That
they were
can also be a
clear.
way to use a lucid state, to be more aware of yourself. We will eventually cover some of this in the idea that we will call the 3 questions of self-investigation, an upcoming transmission in what you call the future. And that will do for today.
All right. Ha'atu.
Ha'atu and Aveo.